This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Now, I don't know if you were watching the live stream last Friday or the video that I put up on Saturday, but if you did, then, you'll have seen me kind of talking about this guitar and, kind of telling you all about it. It's a Harley Benton HB35 Plus, and I'm going to tell you now, just quickly recap on how it came to be in my possession. Basically, I used to own the HB35, which is the model down from this, and, I was on one of the live streams and somebody said to me, what do you think of the HB35? I said, yeah, great guitar. So why did you get rid of it then? And I explained that our dog had got ill and I had to pay some vet's bills and needed to sell a couple of things to raise the cash, and the HB35 was one of the things that went. And then the conversation moved on and I never thought any more about it until I got an email the following day from a chap called Bob, who's a viewer of this channel. In fact, he's probably watching this video now. Hello, Bob. And Bob said, I was really touched about your story about, selling your guitar to pay for your dog's vet's bills. I've bought you a replacement. And he bought me the HB35 Plus and the hard shell case to go in. What stunning generosity. It's quite moving really when something like that happens. And Bob, thank you very much, mate. It's genuinely appreciated. So what I'm going to do is basically give you a bit of a lowdown on this guitar and let you know what it's like, how it sounds, what it's made from, all of the usual stuff that you see in these kind of videos. So let's begin right now by listening to some of the sounds. You've got single coil switching on the pickups, and some of these sounds are utilising that single coil switching, and you'll see on screen the settings that I'm using in Guitar Rig to get the sounds that you're hearing. Here they are. So some very, very pleasant sounds coming from this guitar, it has to be said. That single coil switching does give you a little bit more versatility, and you can do kind of the nice strummy stuff with it, as well as the big shouty rock stuff and everything in between. If you want to hear this guitar in a different setting, then take a listen to the blues solo that I played with it on last Saturday's video. The link is in the description. At the time I was plugged into this Harley Benton British tone or British sound pedal to get like a bit of a Marshall-y kind of sound on that video, and there's a competition running as well that you can win that pedal if you so wish. Again, link in the description. Anyway, that's enough blethering from me. Let's now have a listen to, or a look at rather, the specifications of this guitar, what makes it tick, what's it made from, etc, etc. Here's the specifications. Okay, then here she is, the Harley Benton HB35 Plus in cherry. What we've got is a maple body with a mahogany sustain block. Of course, it's semi-hollow, and you've got that lump of mahogany running down the middle of the body inside. That's capped off with a flamed maple veneer. Very attractive looking piece of wood. It is only a veneer, but you do see quite a bit of movement in that grain when you kind of wiggle it around in the light. Coming out of the body, we have a maple neck with a Pow Ferro fretboard sporting block inlays. You get the expected 24 3/4 inch scale length. Quite a flat fretboard radius. It's round about 14 inches. It's stated as being 350mm radius on the Toman website, which when you do the number crunching, that comes out at 13.78 inches. I put a 14-inch radius gauge on the fretboard, and it looked to me like 14 inches. You get 22 medium jumbo frets, and up at the top end, you get a 43mm wide plastic nut. On the headstock, there it is. You can see there are 6 unbranded tuners which do an absolutely sterling job of getting the guitar in tune and keeping it there. Nice smooth operation, and I've had no tuning issues while I've been playing this guitar at all. Down at the other end of the guitar, you can see that we have 2 Roswell Alnico 5 humbuckers controlled via the entirely expected 2 volume and 2 tone controls. You also get a push-pull on the volume controls, so you can do a little bit of single coil switching there, and of course the 3-way toggle switch, which is located on the upper horn, kind of in a Les Paul-ish sort of position rather than down amongst the other controls. The strings are anchored down at the body end via the, again, entirely expected Tune-o-matic bridge and stop tailpiece. And to be honest with you, this guitar does really punch above its weight, both in terms of looks and playability and sound. There's only a few minor flaws with it that are just cosmetic, to be honest with you. There's this one here up at the first fret where you can see the binding has a bit of a crack on it. It's not detectable by touch, but you can see it when you look at it. There's some kind of flaw on the binding again on the upper bout in the body there. You can see that little mark that's in there, and the bass side F hole is a little bit raggy looking, as you can see here, but I've seen flaws worse than this on guitars that cost a lot more than this. So at this kind of price point, I'm not going to lose any sleep over little cosmetic things like that. So there you go. That is the Harley Benton HB35, what it's made of and how it's put together and what it looks like in close-up. So there you go. I mean, overall, not a bad guitar. In fact, a very, very good guitar, especially considering the price of these is £195. I mean, that is anything sub £200. I'm going to forgive the odd little cosmetic blemish like that. It's, it happens. As I say, I've seen worse flaws than that on guitars that cost many times more than something like this, £195. If I was going to keep it, what would I be doing to it? Well, what I would be doing to it is, I would be getting rid of the old little cosmetic blemish like that. It's, you know, it happens. As I say, I've seen worse flaws than that on guitars that cost many times more than something like this, £195. If I was going to keep it, what would I be doing to it? If I was going to keep it, what would I be doing to it? What I will be doing, I'll probably swap out the pickups for some Alnico 2 humbuckers. You may have noticed when you heard those sound clips earlier that even when the pickups are split, you know, you're in single coil mode on a clean sound, there's still a little bit of fur around the edges. It still kind of, you know, drives the amp a little bit. I would prefer something a little bit less hot in you know, in the real world, but that said, I mean, I could happily live with it like that, but I'm not keeping the guitar, you see. With Bob's blessing, I'm going to donate this guitar and the case that he very generously bought for me along with it. It's going to be donated to Zoe's Place Baby Hospice, which is a charity in Middlesbrough that provides palliative, respite and end-of-life care to children under 5 with terminal illnesses. A fantastically worthy cause. I've supported them for a long time now on this channel, and yes, it just seems the right thing to do, to kind of pass on that good fortune and do some good with it, really. And I can't think of a better cause than Zoe's Place. So that's where the guitar's going to be heading in the next few days, probably. And that's pretty much it for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the video, found it useful and informative, and if you have, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not give me a like while you're at it. If you want to support the channel, then all the links are downstairs in the description. You can enroll on courses that I've got on Udemy, you can join the Patreon, you can buy some genuine gemstone handmade jewellery that my wife makes, you can buy a fret zealot and get a little bit of money knocked off. Loads of ways that you can help me keep the lights on around here. Thank you so much if you're doing that already, and thank you in advance if you're thinking of doing it. And finally, thank you once again to Bob for his stunning generosity buying me this beautiful guitar, and I'm sure it's going to end up in someone's hands that's going to really appreciate it. As I say, it's going to Zoe's Place and they'll sell it on to somebody who wants a really rather nice guitar, which it is. Anyway, I'm starting to blether a bit now, so I'm going to wrap things up here. Thanks for watching, folks. Thank you so much for your time. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. See you next time.